Hey, I'm Aldyn, and today I'm talking about, do you want your twin flame or do you want someone else? Do you want to settle and have something else? And the truth is, I wasn't going to do this video right now because my neighbor is like sawing really loud in the background intermittently. They live pretty close. But I think what it really signifies is is that what you want? Like, do you want some kind of a marriage where you're constantly like getting away from it, hiding in your garage? I know I experienced that kind of as a kid and stuff, and where you'd really rather like have everything drowned out around you, or would you rather actually have the love that you really desire in your life, and have it be when you're going out and maybe making something in your garage, it's because you actually have that energy and the drive and you really want to, and you're not trying to like escape from someone. You're not trying to escape from your wife or whoever it is, and instead you really are working on a creative endeavor, and perhaps even doing it in tandem with your twin flame, right? So I think like that right there sort of just like, it really illustrates something. It's like, do you want to settle because it's easier? And it is, in a way, then you're not going to have to put everything in. But the truth is, it's not actually easier, because you're trading yourself. You're trying to trade your peace and your joy for something else, for stability, for fitting in socially, for just kind of maybe like checking things off the box and okay, I've got this covered, I've got my job, I've got my marriage, I'm set. This is just how it's gonna be. I'm gonna go on vacation sometimes. I'm gonna enjoy the moments that I enjoy, and maybe like drink away the ones that I don't, or whatever it may be, or you'll progress as far as you can. And some people might not like be aware of their twin flame journey, or for whatever reason are gonna choose what they're gonna choose. But if it's something that you are truly aware of, and you recognize that I do have a twin flame, I feel like this is true, and you feel like you feel the desire, the calling in your heart, you feel that illumination in your heart, to really to go deeper here and to commit, even if things don't look so good on the outside, even if it sounds like your neighbor metaphorically sawing stuff apart, just in your reality in a different way, or whatever it may be. Just know that your commitment and your work and your love does pay off. And sometimes that can happen very quickly, or sometimes it can also manifest in ways that you didn't expect first. The pieces have to fall together, and everyone's pieces are going to fall together differently, right? So for some people that might look more like life purpose coming together. It might look more like, somehow you're healing other relationships in your life. It might look like cultivating friendship with your twin flame for a while, or maybe you don't even realize that this person is your twin flame who you've had this really deep connection with. You thought it was, someone else. So there's a myriad of possibilities here. But the point is that if you're putting in the love truly, and you're really desiring to be with God, you're desiring like a truly divinely centered lifestyle and life, and at the very core of you, you just want that, you desire that, and you're willing to align yourself to that. You're gonna stand in integrity and follow your guidance, and really do what is right. And that sometimes even means, if you're twin flame, you don't you don't see them doing what you think is right? Like maybe your twin flame is with someone else in a relationship, or maybe your twin flame, has you blocked, or maybe things just aren't going as fast as you want, and you're living together and things are going pretty well, but you still have a really big upset, like your twin flame just won't do the dishes, When you have an upset, it's safe to acknowledge it and to not be like, oh, I should feel like blessed or lucky or whatever that I'm with my twin flame. Like, look at these people who aren't, yeah, sure, but like at the same time, like acknowledge how you actually feel about the situation. Just because you have it pretty good or you want to be grateful or something, if you're actually, upset, then that's something that you also have to come to terms with on your twin flame journey, is that you need to be spiritual. You need to feel your feelings, and you need to allow yourself to get angry if that's where you're at. At some point, you'll transcend getting angry, but that's gonna take some doing, right? And you can direct that energy differently, right? Like the more mastered you become, and the less numbed out you actually are to your feelings. If you feel something that's off, then there might be like need for discipline there, or something that even kind of looks and sounds similar to just like, off the cuff anger, but has purpose. And you really see that like just unnecessary kind of chaotic energy within you really dissipate any kind of illusion, and ego really is gonna melt away the more that you make every choice within you to align to union consciousness. So sometimes you make a bigger choice, like a core choice, like, yes, I will do everything I can to harmonize with my twin flame as efficiently as I can in this lifetime, essentially. Like that's what I want. I want it. I'll just do whatever it takes. I'm all in. I'm committed. Great. Then there's going to be other choices within that bigger choice that you're going to have to make along the way. And sometimes, you'll find choices that were out of alignment, and you have to be really compassionate, have radical compassion for yourself when you have a choice that you didn't know you were making that was out of alignment. And sometimes it's really cool. You can see how that choice that you were making was being mirrored to you this whole time by your twin flame, who you were maybe blaming or like thinking like, why am I seeing them like over there doing that thing? Like this feels out of alignment. And then you go deeper with it, and it's like, oh, but there's this thing over here that I have that I need to align, to correct, And so, yeah, it's safe to go through that process. It's safe to have everything revealed to you one step at a time, and to work through the blocks that are presented. So just because something's right in front of you to do, or you're guided in one way, it doesn't mean that you're going to be like walking in this direction forever, on a paths wind and this and that, but you're going on the quickest path possible, essentially, to union, when you choose to do that, and that is what you want. And it's very possible. And so like, don't worry, don't think that just because you're choosing it now you're gonna like just be caught in your choice and not actually achieve it. You just keep going and keep working the process, and that's it. It's pretty simple, and it does involve a lot of surrender, because you have to be willing to just surrender into the next step every time, and go deeper with God, and allow God to move through you more and more. because the more blocks you clear, the more God can move through you. But if you're still going to hold on to control and you just can't let go of control in this one area, it can spin you off. So you really just want to be aware of that. And so I mean, do you want to settle again? At some point, like at points in your journey, you're going to be asked this question again and again. And it can be even, after you're in harmonious union with your twin flame too, you're just going to be presented with the choice in different little or big ways. And it can even be, related to your life purpose, it seems, or something. But you can tell when there's an underlying, like you feel like a chicken flapping wings, like, I don't know what to do. That's when you really need to do the spiritual work and ground and realize that there's some kind of fear here that's like, in the way. It's I guess clouding your judgment. So then it's like, fine, like take a step back and see what's going on, and you don't need to ever take action out of fear, right? And just know that if you accidentally do that, it's okay. I mean, God's gonna guide you back, right? Like, you're always safe. And especially if you've made the core choice to be on this journey, and you make a mistake, like everyone pretty much makes mistakes as they're learning. And so just, you don't want to keep on like making the same mistake, right? Then it's like an error, and that's, why are you doing that? But you make a mistake, and you gain wisdom from that. And what's really cool about that experience, if that happens to you in one way or another, is that you can share what you learned. You can share the thing that you did that didn't work out so well for you with whoever, maybe just with one person, maybe with a lot of people. And other people will learn through the mistake that you made. And so you're really like correcting that, very deeply for yourself. And you're actually like giving love to that place where that occurred, and really clearing anything there for yourself, but you're just like giving to another. So it's really cool. And then people can choose to receive that and be like, oh, okay, like, I don't have to go through that because I learned from this other person, and I see this in my reality where I could do this and make this mistake, but I know not to. And even just by you correcting it, you're correcting it in consciousness. So you're already sharing that, with your brothers and sisters. So it's safe to go on the journey, and it's safe to, just take it one step at a time. And that's really, if you try to take it, like do the third step for the step in front of you, then you're not doing the step right in front of you. And, I've had that issue plenty of times, I'll be honest. Like, I'm someone who likes to, like, kind of try to do that. I don't, it's something that I'm really like healing, instead of just like working through the block that is presented in front of me. And so I feel like that's been one of my great lessons on this journey is to work with what's in front of you. Because then what also can happen if you don't do that is somehow you can like spiritually bypass like what it is that you need to go through. So it doesn't mean that like the way that you feel about something or the block that you have to work through, things are gonna change once you work through it, right? So you also have to be ready for that, and that's a good thing. So you don't have to worry that like going through the block, it means like you're going into a black hole that you'll never get out of. You're actually doing the opposite, as long as you're just choosing love and clearing the block and like doing the mirror exercise. You're actually, you're going on the hero's journey. You're your hero of your own reality. So that's what's really cool about the twin flame journey. And then you get to be with your whole self. So if you're with someone else, you're never gonna be with your whole self. I mean, eventually, eternally, like you will be with your twin flame, but why not just make the choice now and do that? right? Because otherwise something is going to be missing and you're going to numb yourself out to it, or, you know, at some point, like, you're going to have to come back the other way from however far you ran. So yeah, it's safe to be mature and to take the journey without feeling the need to even, you know, I guess control into getting your twin flame to do certain things with you spiritually, or to control how it is that your union comes together harmoniously and unfolds. It's just your job to go deeper, essentially, with God and with loving yourself and with loving your twin flame. And if that, you know, involves right now, like, something outwardly, then you do that, and you know, or you cultivate the friendship, you cultivate the romantic relationship. And if it involves, you know, in your heart and being inward right now, then you work on that. And even if it's outward, you're still going to always do the inner work either way. And so your inner, in that way, is primary, because if there's something that is inner that's not taken care of and out of alignment, then and you're trying to, like, fix it outwardly somehow, then you're not going to feel good, and then that's going to start rocking the boat in your 3D reality. But I mean, essentially, your inner and outer they're not separate, right? They're one and the same thing. But yeah, I hope that helps with how to approach that. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say for this video. And you can definitely share and like it. Let me know if you have anything to say in the comments below. And if you'd like to work with me, check out readings or anything that I do. All those links are down there too. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.